Hello, today I'll be teaching you about the Nuxalks and how they lived. The Nuxalk lived in the western part of Canada, northeast of Victoria, in the modern-day region of Omenigaskina. The Nuxalk Nation region stretched from the ocean 200 kilometers land inwards. The Bellacoola Valley had a river flowing through it that was home to the Nuxalk. The Nuxalk tribe had approximately 45 different settlements along the Bellacoola River. A standard Nuxalk village consisted of many houses connected to a wooden walkway. There were different types of houses. There were the ones for the more important people of society that were 50 to 60 feet long, and the ones for the normal citizens were 35 to 40 feet long. Most of the citizens were mainly fishers or carpenters. The carpenters carved the totem poles, their furniture, their tools out of the cedar tree. The Bellacoola Valley was rich in cedar trees which they used to build their houses. The Nuxalk would mainly trade salmon or candlefish, but they would at times also trade their cedar tree. The reason being is that they had more fish than trees and they were sensible with their surroundings and didn't destroy the nature. I will be explaining this later on. They would use the Bellacoola River to their advantage and use it for easier trade. The boats we know they used were dugat canoes. They were hollowed out trees made out of cedar trees with decorated boat and stern pieces. The canoes were approximately 40 feet long and had space for 20 people. An interesting fact about the dugat canoes was that they were not carved with stone tools. They didn't carve their canoes with iron tools because they didn't discover the iron before the Europeans came. They made their canoes with treating the log with fire where they wanted to chip away with stone tools. They did this because it was easier to chip away at the charred tree than at the solid tree. The different Bellacoolan settlements did communicate, but it was harder because it was a very mountainous region, and not every settlement was able to be accessed by canoe. We know they must have communicated because otherwise the Nuxalk Nation wouldn't have a culture at all. In their religion, they believed in many different gods and spirits. They thought there were 4 different worlds, with the main one being ours. And the gods and spirits were there to bring balance to our world. The totem was a sacred object to a family, tribe, or person. The totem pole was there like an emblem to signify the importance of their past. On a totem pole, there were normally 9 animals. The most common animals were eagles, wolves, and bears. These 9 animals would be watching over a person, family, or tribe as their guardian spirits. The totem poles were only known to have existed on the west coast of America and Canada. The First Nation, just like many others, was a civilization that adapted with their environment and just took what they needed. And even in the park of Chapultepec, we find a totem from the Indian Canadian tribes. Thank you very much for listening.